Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to talk about the 16th century.
You had a lot of different kinds of entertainment in the 16th century. You had low class, middle class, high class. This particular entertainment is mostly for low class because these kinds of entertainment didn't require payment. And we're going to talk about execution. Today we're going to talk about two forms of torturing and one form of execution. What? One form? Yes. Now.
Hanging was invented in a time period as early as the 5th century, and after centuries of people being hanged, it was decreasing in popularity. But somewhere in the 1100s, Henry I sort of reintroduced hanging as the main way to execute people for a lot of offenses. And still, in the 17th century, a lot of years later, it was still one of the big ways to entertain the common people. If you are one of the many people who want to hang someone but don't have a gallows, we have a DIY version made just for you.
At first, take a sturdy rope that can drag a person's weight and make this specific tie, as you can see here. For the second step, you want to throw the rope over something that can drag your victim's weight, like a thick tree branch. And when you get the rope finally over the tree branch, you also want to tie the other end to the tree. Now we get onto step 3, but be advised, before you do the next step, you should tie the victim's hands together to make them unable to hang on the rope with their hands. Then let your victim stand on a chair or something else you can take away under their feet and put his or her head in the tie. At the end, kick the chair away so your victim hangs with full weight on the rope and you have successfully hanged someone.
The scavenger's daughter is a device invented in the 16th century in the region of Henry VIII. It works like the rack, but then instead of ripping you apart, you would get squished together, forcing your knees in your face, breaking your nose and eventually your back, what will cause death. Step 1. Spit in the criminal's face. Step 2. Make a loop. Step 3. Tie his feet together, followed by putting the rope around his neck and under his knees. Now you are ready to pull the rope, so he would get squished. Extra tip, you can ask a mate to help you pull the rope for extra manpower.
Okay, imagine this. If, for example, your brother hit your PS controller, but you really want to get that victory royale, this device is a great way to extract the information. Lure him into a dark room, knock him over the head with a blunt object, put him on the table, tie his hands. If you do this, the victory royale is on its way. This storage technique relies on the premise that you do not want to be ripped apart. If it stretches your whole body until your limbs pop out of their sockets. If you are a real rascal, you can even keep going on after that. This device is named the rack. In the Tower of London, it was also known as the Duke of Exeter's daughter. With this technique, they showed the rack and started asking questions first. If they did not answer, then the rack would be used. Make no mistake, your brother already had this privilege. Most of the time, only the sight of the rack was enough to make the people talk. Pussies! The Duke himself invented this massage machine in the 15th century. In this DIY version, you have to grab 2 ropes, tie them around the wrists and ankles of the person you want to torture. After you've done that, you need to pull as hard as you can. This will take quite a lot of strength, so if you're on a ranch, it is useful to use horses. Or just a really strong man, or multiple friends. Now we have some honorable mentions. If a woman was accused of witchcraft, they would test her. All these tests were kind of a scam because you couldn't really win. When they test you and you fail, you would be thrown on the pyre and you die. Because then your spirit would go up in smoke, so the witchcraft would die. The next mention goes out to dogfighting. Dogfighting was also an entertainment for the low class. You had dog on dog fights and dog on men fights. This particular video is dog on men. You can make great bets with this sort of entertainment. So you can bet on who you think would win or in which round, if they had rounds. The people making the bets were usually middle class because low class didn't really have anything to bet. They didn't have money or products that they could give away. So they would usually just watch the fight instead of actually betting or making money from it.
Yo, we're back at the same spot with the same clothes. It was not filmed in one day, I promise you. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching.
Like, subscribe.
Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a video.
Okay, I'm stopping this right now.